What if I told you that everything you thought you knew about female desire is a lie? That the sweet smiles, the innocent eyes, the words she says out loud are only half of the story, and the darker half, the part hidden deep within, is what truly controls her actions. Most men never see it, most men ignore it, and that is why they keep getting played, rejected, cheated, or left heartbroken. Because you can't win a game if you don't even understand the rules. And when it comes to desire, the rules are far more twisted, far more primal, far more psychological than you ever imagined. You see, female desire is not about what she claims she wants. It's about what she feels at a subconscious level. A man might hear her say, I just want a nice, caring, loyal guy. But that same night, she'll be texting the man who excites her, challenges her, triggers her emotions. Because deep down, desire isn't logical. It's not polite. It's not socially correct. It is raw, chaotic, and dark. And until a man learns to understand this psychology, he will always be chasing shadows. There is a truth men don't like to face. Women don't desire weakness. They don't desire the man who bends over backwards, who sacrifices everything just to please her. They don't desire the one who treats her like a queen while forgetting his own throne. That kind of man gets her sympathy, not her attraction. He becomes safe, predictable, and boring. And the darkest secret of female desire is this: safety may win her respect, but it rarely keeps her desire. Her desire is drawn to power, not the power of money alone, not the power of looks alone, but the power of emotional dominance. The man who can make her laugh and cry, the man who can confuse her and comfort her, the man who can shake her soul without lifting a finger. This is the man she cannot resist. Because her psychology is wired to respond to strength, mystery, and unpredictability. Why do you think women get addicted to men who don't text them back right away? Why do you think they chase the man who doesn't beg for attention? Why do you think they dream of the one who challenges their ego instead of worshiping it? It's because the darker side of female desire thrives on the unknown. Predictability kills attraction. Chaos feeds it. And here's the dangerous part. If a man doesn't know this, if he keeps believing the surface level lies, he will spend his whole life trying to please her while she secretly craves someone else. She may love the man who gives her stability, but she will desire the man who triggers her emotions. That's the brutal difference men must learn. Love is one thing, desire is another. Love can be calm, but desire is storm, and most women live with this storm inside them every single day. Think about it. How many men have lost everything for a woman who said, I just want you to be nice to me, only to watch her walk away with someone who broke every one of those rules? How many times have you seen women choose danger over security, excitement over stability, dominance over devotion? That is not a coincidence. That is psychology. That is the dark code of female desire. The mistake men make is believing in her words instead of studying her actions. If you want to know what she truly desires, stop listening and start observing. Look at who she gives her attention to. Look at who she sacrifices her sleep for. Look at who she posts about, who she hides messages from, who she secretly thinks about when she's quiet. Actions don't lie, words do. And the truth is, most women don't even fully understand their own desires. They feel them, they follow them, but they cannot explain them, which is why it becomes the responsibility of a man to wake up, to study, to learn the rules of this hidden game. Because here's the truth men must know. Women are not as simple as society tells you. Their psychology is layered, complex, and sometimes ruthless. They crave a man who is both safe and dangerous, kind and ruthless, stable and exciting. They want to be protected, but also challenged. They want a man they can trust, but not one they can fully control. They want a man who sees through their masks, not one who blindly worships the mask. And when a man learns to embody that balance. When he learns to master the dark psychology of female desire, he becomes unforgettable. Most men will never get there. They will waste years chasing approval instead of attraction, buying gifts instead of building power, begging for love instead of demanding respect. And in the process, they will keep wondering why women slip through their fingers, why they get ignored, why they get replaced. The reason is simple. They never understood the truth I am telling you right now. They never studied the dark side. But you don't have to be one of them. You can choose to wake up, to understand, to master the psychology that most men fear. Once you do, everything changes. Women will see you differently. They will feel you differently. They will crave you differently because desire is not about looks, not about wealth, not about luck. It is about psychology. It is about mastering the emotions that women themselves cannot control. And once you master that, you stop chasing. You become the one who is chased. And if you observe carefully, you'll realize that female desire is not just physical, it's deeply psychological. A man who can occupy her mind will always win over the man who only attracts her eyes. Because once she is thinking about you in silence, once her imagination is painting pictures of you, once her emotions are restless in your absence, you have already conquered her at a level no one else can reach. That is where real attraction lives, in the hidden corners of her psychology, not in the shallow promises she makes. Why do you think women test men? Why do they create drama out of nothing? Why do they suddenly go cold and then hot again? Men think it's because she's confused or irrational. No. It's because testing is her nature. It's her subconscious way of asking, are you strong enough to handle me? Are you stable enough to withstand my storm? Are you the man who will stand firm when I try to push you away? If you fail these tests by begging, apologizing, explaining, or collapsing, you've just confirmed her fears. You are not the man her desire seeks. But if you stand calmly, if you remain unmoved, if you show through your presence that you will not break, that is when she feels the pull that no words can describe. Understand something very clearly. Women do not desire what they already fully control. If you give away all your power, all your boundaries, all your respect, you've killed her attraction before it could even grow. She may use you, she may keep you as backup, but she will never truly crave you. Desire lives in the tension between comfort and challenge. Too much comfort and she gets bored. Too much challenge and she feels unsafe. The balance between the two is what creates obsession. An obsession is not born in gifts, in compliments, or in constant availability. Obsession is born in silence, in scarcity, in unpredictability. When she cannot fully figure you out, when she wonders why you're not always chasing, when she feels that mystery wrapping around her thoughts, that's when her psychology hooks itself to you. Women are emotional addicts. They don't get addicted to logic. They get addicted to feelings. The man who controls her emotions controls her world. That desire doesn't bow to society's rules. That desire doesn't care about what's right. Desire only cares about intensity. She would rather feel pain with a man who excites her than peace with a man who bores her. That is the dark truth men must see. And yet, most men spend their lives denying this reality. They think if they just give more, love more, sacrifice more, she will eventually desire them. But every time they do that, they sink deeper into the role of the predictable man, the safe man, the man who will never be chosen with passion, because she doesn't want to own you like property. She wants to feel like she has to earn you. She wants to feel like you are slightly out of reach. That tension keeps her desire alive. The harsh truth is this. Women are attracted to men who remind them of their own fragility, men who shake their sense of control, men who ignite feelings they cannot manage. That is why she will always be drawn to the man who can stand above her storms, not drown in them. Because somewhere deep inside, she is searching for strength, not weakness. She is searching for a leader, not a follower. She is searching for the man who can both protect her and terrify her at the same time. And once you begin to notice these patterns, everything starts to make sense. The sudden mood swings, the games of silence, the pulling away and then rushing back. It's not chaos without reason. It's the design of her psychology. Women are emotional architects. They build stories in their minds, and the man who fits the role of the unpredictable hero becomes the one who owns the stage in her imagination. If you become too easy, too available, too obvious, you lose your role in her story. She replaces you with someone who triggers stronger feelings, someone who keeps her uncertain yet fascinated. That is why the friend zone exists. Men think it's about looks or money, but the truth is more sinister. The friend zone is simply the graveyard of men who made themselves too safe, too predictable, too controlled. They gave away their mystery. They exposed every thought. They killed the tension before it could spark. And desire cannot live in that environment. A woman doesn't fantasize about the man she fully controls. She fantasizes about the one she cannot completely possess. Think about every great love story, every romance that has survived through history. It was never built on ease. It was built on conflict, tension, forbidden feelings, the push and pull of power. Desire feeds on that drama. And even in modern relationships, the same law applies. The woman who says she wants peace will still create chaos if the relationship becomes too calm. Because deep inside, she doesn't just want stability, she wants emotional intensity. She wants to feel alive. This is why the man who is detached, who has purpose, who has a life beyond her, becomes irresistible. His world does not revolve around her approval, and that frustrates her in the most addictive way. She will chase him, she will test him, she will try to break him. But in that very process, she will fall deeper under his spell because she cannot bend him, and the one she cannot bend is the one she ultimately desires. Men often mistake love for desire. They think if she loves them, she will desire them forever. But love without desire is just friendship with comfort. What keeps the fire alive is not love alone, it's polarity. It's the dance between masculine strength and feminine chaos. It's the energy of dominance meeting surrender, mystery meeting curiosity, danger meeting safety. When that polarity is lost, the relationship dies slowly, even if the love remains. And here's the unspoken reality. Many women will never admit this truth, even to themselves. They will hide behind words like, I want someone nice, or I just need security. But watch closely and you'll see her true choices expose her real psychology. She is drawn to men who stand tall, men who hold their frame, men who don't crumble under pressure. She is drawn to intensity, not to mediocrity. She is drawn to the man who can awaken her emotions, not the one who numbs her with predictability.